Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Road 3 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Green Soviets, we have TerrorDroneNotOP. Spawn on the top right side as the Blue Empire, we have nubzor. When people say terror drones are overpowered, they sort of are, but it's the only thing that really get the Soviets that competitive edge. Everything else, they have no competitive edge. Bullfrogs, primarily it's against allies. Empire has a lot of mobility, it's really hard to pin them down, it's easy to harass economy. And the allies have cryocopters, which tend to 1v1 bullfrogs, which really shouldn't happen. Do now have another ore refinery being deployed on the field, multiple ore refineries, not big spies. Dojo Corps is advancing forward, trying to secure up this oil derrick, and trying to go for both oil derrick. The Soviet player has not gone for barracks, so he'll the Empire player will claim both of these oil derricks. More Dojo Corps is pushing me forward. He's heavily investing in to get these oil derricks, and I think he will be successful. This one's charging forward as well, just trying to crush any infantry that advances towards him. Luckily, he reports that there's no infantry remaining. Or sighted. Does collect this oil derrick now. He does not immediately sell it off. Does get an effect there on the Dojo Corps. And this Dojo Corps is facing on forward. And does deploy out right there. He could deploy out some walls there, be even more annoying. But this Dojo Corps will make his advance into his opponent's base and will show him who's boss. We may see Honorable Discharge do some sort of damage, but that's the only thing left this thing can do. Nothing being employed on this Dojo Corps there, so maybe I just sell it. Does get some good damage onto these walls. Yeah, he should just sell that off. It's just getting some sort of credits remaining from it. Though it is stalling the sickle away, doesn't want to deal if anything pops out, so stalling the sickle out could keep this stuff a bit more secure. We've got a Defender Corps here, as well as a pair of Imperial Warriors, as well as a Mecha Tengu. Good damage there on the instant dojo. Got these Tengus pushing way forward. Soviet construction yard has been pulled out, trying to eye for an expansion. Up north there is a terror drone here. He could perhaps land one over on the away and then attack move into it. Terror drone sort of hard to see, and let me turn on the health bars. It has a really dark silhouette on the dark sea. Terror drone may escape, does get a kill there. Can't really leave a terror drone like that to its own devices. Doesn't affect your own devices. We do now have the oil derrick now receiving lots of fire there. He has made a profit from it, so losing is not a huge deal. Just denies any future income. You got a Defender Corps? Wait, that's a mainframe core. He's one of the mainframe core on the front line. That is very dangerous. You want to pull it back here. He's going to take a bit of time for it to set on up. And you don't even have a expansion out at the moment. That made the expansion now. And you know about the hammer tanks as well, so going for a mainframe core like that is a bit of a unique choice there. Mainframe core is almost built. The refinery core makes sense. Going for another dojo, not dojo, power generator. He may be low in power right now. And some walls going up. And power is restored. You now have this terror drone moving around. You got the Windblade and Bullfrogs here. Oh, no! Don't sell that. Transform it. That must have been a misclick. Now you got these twin blades hitting you. Got the jet tankers pushing forward. Does get a good kill there on one of those twin blades. Got another Defender Corps here. Does get some more damage there on the ore collector. Got another Defender Corps here. Needs him getting immediately into aircraft mode. By default, you should put your defender cores in anti-aircraft mode because aircraft high damage, low, and you have a small time to respond. Doesn't suicide these forces forward. Does leave one twin blade remain. Dexicle. Oh no, a lot of good damage coming down, raining from the sky. You should generally have your defender cores in anti-aircraft mode. The aircraft do high damage in a short amount of time and low durability. Ground forces tend to take a bit more time, and you have more response time. Plus, you usually spot that well before they get close to you. You now have a King Oni, multiple King Onis on the field. He needs some anti-aircraft, perhaps some Striker VXs. More King Oni now being deployed on the field. Without any anti-aircraft, those twin blades can do some good damage, though it does take a bit of time. Our drone moving around from the flanks. And both oil decks have been destroyed. There we go, we got some Striker VXs for anti-aircraft purposes. The King Oni can do a bull rush, taking out multiple hammer tanks at once. Let's go look at that. Pick that sickle off of a not TerrorDrone, sickle. And it's a good number of tank busts to support these King Onis. There's a good amount of damage output there. Only has one anti-aircraft piece, which may be fine versus these twin blades. We've got a good number of hammer tanks here. All of them have leech beam. The main gun does do more damage. This test trooper could deploy on out, and does not. Gets crushed by the King Oni. Didn't use the EM field in time. Does get infected by one of the King Onis. King Onis will be trying to rip apart these hammer tanks. Another tank buster, TerrorDrone surprise. And does get disabled there as well. Very, very nice. This King Oni will be ripped apart from the inside. This other one could be focused down. The tank buster is actually focusing down these trooper there. It does finish off that one there. It does get knocked around a little bit. This King Oni is good as dead. Needs to focus it down first. This other one is pretty wounded as well. Two of them are infected. The one that's not infected is pretty damaged. Does not get. Looks like the TerrorDrone does get an eat onto one of the tankles there, and does finish off the other King. Note this King Oni is starting to recover out of the EM field, but will be ripped apart by the TerrorDrone there, and the other Striker VX does get infected as well. Both are getting down. Now there's two heroic, I think, TerrorDrones there. Now got these bullfrogs advancing on forward as well. With some Tesla troopers, not really a high threat army. This force here by the Empire player is plenty, though it does receive a shock there. Imperial Warriors advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there onto these Tesla troopers. Does load them up inside the bullfrog, very nice. And does launch them over here. You now got an engineer here? Engineer, did he sell off the... Nope, the construction yard is not sold off, so he actually deployed out engineer. Anyone get inside of something? You now have the satellites running on in. Does get some splash damage there. Wave Force Artillery being snared by the TerrorDrone. Almost goes down to the twin blades. Hammer tanks need to use Siphon Beam and grab himself a free artillery piece. Does transform there. And starting to fall back now. Let's get a shot there. Wave Force Artillery falling back. One the hammer tank there to threaten the Wave Force Artillery now. And this twin blade. Wave Force Artillery is going to be driving all the way back home to this Mecha Bay. Do have some more King Oni deployed on the field. Do you know about the Battle Lab? Oh, the Battle Lab is not fully completed just yet. Oh, did the TerrorDrone just get knocked back? I think the TerrorDrone's actually got knocked back there by the arms of the King Oni. He needs to go for a bull rush and hit some of these hammer tanks. And he's not going Bull Rush. The Bull Rush basically instant kills any one of these ground vehicles. And does get the Bull Rush there. Does get a collateral shot there with the Bull Rush. He does get destroyed off there. Mega Tank is starting to get cleaned on up. We've got this Terror Drone, and the Empire player does back out the game now. This is Anna Great saying, thank you for watching on to the next replay.